just do that. Always, it's so funny because when I'm on Zoom, I think we might be live now. I'm gonna check and see. I'm gonna. There's always a delay on the Zoom, on the Facebook side. Oh, there we go. We are live. I'm gonna hit away. Everyone.
Yeah,
Come.
you can see you're live.
Yes. There we go. Now I'm gonna watch us on Zoom and ignore Facebook and put Facebook in the corner. Here's Wendy coming. Otherwise, and I'm gonna turn Telegram off because I get so many notifications. So let me see. Hi Wendy.
Hi, you okay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Bit nervous that I jumped in.
You're here. You're
Now, to be
here.
honest,
So
but anyway,
let
yeah.
me. I'm just gonna take the wrong one. I'm just gonna take the meeting link and drop it into the chat
I've not
on
had time to
Facebook.
fill in all the application thing yet.
That's okay. That's okay.
I saw the
Don't worry.
first question, I'm like, oh my God, what do I put? What do I put? What do I put? And then everything just went blank. I hate those questions.
Everybody stresses so much about the application. It's like literally, do you know the purpose of the application is simply to make sure that, I know a little bit about you whenever I am introducing you to the group. And so it's just like, tell me a little bit about yourself so that I can go, this is Wendy, blah, 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 blah,
Don't know
blah.
what
It saves you having to do it because if I was to turn out and say, you come in and introduce yourself, people go, no. They hide and they're
feel
like,
like
no, I
that
don't
would
want to do it.
actually almost be easier, to be fair.
That's okay. Write it as if you're introducing yourself then, and then I'll just copy and paste it.
Yeah, I'll try.
Don't stress. It's only
Happy
going
to
to
hear. Happy to hear you've joined.
She
Yeah.
has. She
I've taken
has. It's so good. It's so good. Who is watching? Anybody watching live on Facebook? Give me a wee hello if you are. Here's Anna coming. Anna has just literally just applied to join as well. So it's all good. It's all good.
Hola.
Hey Anna. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Very good. How's things? How are you?
Fine, fine. I got a resting Sunday. That was a good thing after all the craziness in my city. It's Fallas time. It's 2-3 weeks of lots of parties and festivities around Saint Joseph, which is on the 19th. So,
right, okay.
So there are lots of things, and I belong to one of these groups. So there are lots of activities for different things. You don't stop, basically. So today I took it off from all of that. So that was good. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good that you got some time. So yeah, we are streaming live on into our little Facebook group as well. So I'm keeping an eye on the Facebook chat. Hey, Kira. Kira's watching us live on Facebook. Kira, you're more than welcome to jump into the Zoom call with us if you want. Or you can stay there if you're happier. If you're happier watching the live stream, you're more than welcome to come in and have a chat with us. So tonight is really a couple of things. It's just because there's Linda coming. It's just really to say hello to everybody and actually be able to speak face to face to people, answer any questions that you might have about anything we've done this week or anything else that pops into your head. And there's everybody. Look, we're getting lots of people joining now. Hi, Linda.
Hi everyone.
Hiya.
Yep.
Hi.
So it's all good. So anybody watching on Facebook, you are more than welcome. As I say, the link is in the chat or in the comments. It's also in the description of the video. So you're more than welcome to come and join us there, or you can just watch on Facebook and comment away. I have the comments up beside me and I'm trying to multitask. So may the odds be ever in my favor as we go through tonight. Hi, Lisa.
Hi. I'm fine, thank you. I've just swapped over from having it on my phone, which it's a bit weird because it's a delay, isn't there?
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, there is. So there's a delay because we're on Zoom. Hi, Glenn. How are you?
Hey Debbie, I'm just on my daughter's laptop, so it's coming up under her name. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you totally confused me there. I was about to go, hey Abby, and then I went, that's Lynn.
We have an imposter. Hi everyone.
Hiya.
It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Also, I wanted to do this tonight for a couple of reasons. One, to have a chance to chat with you all face to face and to see how your week has been and to see what's been going on and anything else you need help with, and just to wrap up our time together in this event. There is another one on its way, so just keep your wee eyes peeled in your inboxes for something new popping up tomorrow.
It is.
Which will be out. It's called Reclamation. I'm going to tell you guys first. It's called Reclamation. It's coming out tomorrow, and it's another little free event, pretty much similar to what we've done this week, only it's going to be out on the public profile. So you're more than welcome. That's okay, Ciara. Hopeless with Zoom, as in your own words. You're more than welcome to try, or you can just stay exactly where you are. Linda's watching. Linda Cooper is watching on Facebook, and she says, she's not long home. She's going to catch it later. She's a lot to catch up on. That's okay. Let me just say this while I remember. So anybody watching this, catching the replay on Facebook, if you leave me a wee hashtag replay, if you are catching up and you are desperately wanting to join the circle and you're scared that you're going to miss the ambassador bonuses, which close at 9 o'clock tonight, if you ping me a message and let me know that you want to catch up and that you want to join, I might hold them open for you for an extra 24 hours. So ping me a message, okay? And that way then you'll not miss out on Natalie and Linda's excellent little bonuses that are coming your way. Those of you who have joined, I will be in touch with you about getting your bonuses delivered. Natalie's obviously going to do a Going Beyond the Veil session, and Linda has created a bespoke, gorgeous spell, which is so fabulous. I have been like, to do this, I'm gonna have to do it. It's a sneak preview. I got it first. I'm like, I'm gonna have a wee look. Gonna do it. Haven't done it yet. But what I'm also going to do tonight is, this time is for you guys to ask any questions. Linda and Natalie are both here as your ambassadors. They're going to have a wee share of their circle journeys as they both look at me and go, we're doing what? They're going to tell us a little bit about their time in the circle. Some of the other circle members may pop in as the evening goes on. They may or may not, just depending on what they're up to tonight. But as I say, you guys are all welcome to ask questions. So where shall we start? Will we start with questions? And I'm going to start with you because you were first on the call. How's your week been? Have you enjoyed it? You've had, I think, the most shifts that I've seen, just because I've seen you move so quickly into doing some of the things you said you were going to do. So it's been so exciting to watch. Tell me all about it.
Well,
Yeah.
this week has been really moving because I literally had, long story short is that I was practicing much more last year, and then in summer for some personal things, I kind of paused everything. So for me, this week has been kind of reclaiming back, truly reclaiming back where I was at before. And then also from a much, I would say, stronger position. I'm looking forward to join the circle because I truly, as much as I feel strong, though I have lots of self-doubt. So I'm really, really looking forward to be with other women that we are with similar mindsets, and that I could hold on to, not to get lost again like it happened to me last year, because of self-doubt, because of anything like bumps in the road, like you guys said. So yeah, I'm like, this is for me very important, especially knowing what has happened in the last end of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. Good.
I'm very good, and I feel really, how you say that in English? Hopeful that all of this is starting for me again. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. And you're so welcome in the circle. I'm excited to have you there. And hopefully the application, sometimes when you come out of it, sometimes it doesn't always save. So if it hasn't saved, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It just does that sometimes, but it should save. For some people it has been, for other people it hasn't. So just in case when you go back in to do anything, if it has disappeared, I'm sorry, but it'll be okay. Just you can fill it in again. But thank you for sharing.
Oh, that's
It's
fantastic.
lovely. Anne, tell me about you.
Yeah, this week has been it's difficult to put into words. It's been really good. It's been great. I've had a lot of mindset shifts, and yeah, took the plunge and recorded a video and posted that talking about myself and what I do.
Really good.
Didn't realize that because I wanted to do it outside, and I was like, oh, it's really lovely, and then the wind picked up, so yeah,
It was okay. You could still hear
it was
you. It's
okay.
just a couple of
Yeah,
times it was blustering. That
yeah.
just shows it's real. I love that.
Yeah, so that was really good. And I had someone comment, because in the video I mentioned that I'd written a book, and someone going, oh, I didn't know that, can I have the link? And I was like, yeah.
See?
So yeah, that was good. Got my website up and running, which is also great this week.
Amazing.
Something I've been wanting to
job.
do for years. And yeah, I just feel there's been like a big shift, and I'm just, rather than second guessing, I'm just doing it like the
I love
video. And yeah, I'm kind of getting more into, and I also recorded a meditation that I posted yesterday on my Facebook, because I've got my YouTube channel, so I posted that one, a sleep
Good job.
meditation. And yeah, so today has just been, after all the kind of adrenaline and push of doing videos and everything else, I was like, oh, I'm just going to have a meditation day today, which I did, meditating with my cats,
I love
which
it. Love it.
which is lovely until they start snoring, and then you
Until they
can't
start.
concentrate. But yeah, I do feel yeah, I feel like a renewed sense of, I don't know, I just kind of feel a bit more courageous. And I mean, yeah, I'm still scared, and it's, I think, especially like videos, because I don't like seeing myself. So it is really, I'm just ignoring like all the inner critic and all the rest of it, because it's, the more I do it, the easier it'll become. And I
It
mean,
does.
yeah,
It gets so much easier the more you do it. I was the same
yeah,
whenever I started doing videos, and the same when I first started recording meditations. I hated hearing myself back, and I was like, oh. But now it doesn't bother me now, because you have to listen to it so many times to edit and to do different bits. You get used to it, and then it just becomes easier. So
yeah, yeah.
taking the
And
first step by actually by doing it, and now it just gets easier and easier and easier every time.
yeah, yeah. And as it's being like on Zoom, because I normally have my video off, or more often than not, I have my video off. So yeah, because it's just like, but
I love
no,
it. Good.
I'm here on
I see your
video.
face.
So yeah,
Be here, bring your energy into the room. And I love it. I love it. And this is the thing, in the circle as well, we have a lot of members who don't always necessarily want to be on camera. There's some members who would message and go, is it okay if I just like sit and I keep my camera off and I just engage in the chat? And I'm like, if that is what makes you feel more comfortable, then you do that. And that's absolutely welcomed as well. We have a lot of introverts in the circle who are like, but gradually and more often than not, then they feel safe enough to go, no, it's okay. It's safe in here, so it's okay. But likewise, as well, as I say, there are a few who like to just, they don't always make it to every meeting, and that's okay too. Maybe see them once in a blue moon, but when we do see them, they'll maybe pop in and just engage in the chat, because for whatever's going on, they don't necessarily want to be on camera. It's fine, But thank you for letting your lovely face be here tonight. It's nice to see. Have you any questions you want me to answer before?
not that I can think of.
Awesome.
I think I asked. I lost track how many questions I asked during the week.
I know it was good. It was good because it helps when people ask questions. It helps because then it gives me something to answer. So, folks, feel free, if you have questions, you can either ask them or drop them in the chat, whatever's easier. Who will I come to next? Wendy, I'm going to come to you just because you're next.
I knew
on my
you were
screen.
coming to me then. I was the next victim. Well, not a victim anymore. Anyway, so I'm Wendy. Bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. I suppose. But yeah, really excited to be joining. Nervous, yes. It's like, you know, going into a new environment, and especially, you know, we're mainly women, you know, the old sister wounds kind of like, no, it's scary. But I had a Going Beyond the Veil session with a lady who I met through belief coding, actually. We did a swap. So I did her on Friday, and I've not spoken to her, it must be for like 12 months. And realizing actually how far even like with anybody on the Zoom now or watching, how far actually we really come, everybody, even within the like last 6 months, you know, there was a time when I would never have my camera on, let alone speak on a Zoom or watching a Facebook. I was the watcher. I was that kind of person that hid away, you know, and here I am. I'm speaking on a Zoom, on a live, but it's streaming, and I've got my camera on. Do I feel a little bit nervous? Yes, but do you know what? I'm bloody well here. So I'm going to celebrate that. You know, that's a big step, you know, which I haven't even really truly comprehended or celebrated. You know, so that's massive. I've enjoyed this week. I know I've not quite got round to participating in everything. It's still that thing of being a bit reserved, you know, just seeing how everything works and then go back and then do bits. However, I will say this, that the community that you are creating, and from what I can sense already, is very empowering, very loving, but also held. So you're feeling safe. You feel like, you know, you're asking us to ask any questions, and it doesn't feel that scary to me. Now, a lot of people, I was like, no, not doing that. I can't do that. You know, don't feel safe to do that. But I feel safe, and that's huge for me.
Good.
You know, and it'll be the same for some other people. So everybody's been really welcoming, you know, not just for me, but for everybody. And that's the kind of environment I want to be in. And part of my kind of resistance to stepping into the membership is that thing of, I know you will not let me hide forever. That even though it's going to be that supportive environment, there's no way can I just keep staying where I am, because that's not where I'm meant to be. And I know that. But then it's also that thing of taking that step. That's the unknown. You're scared of the unknown. And I realized today in my session that there's still a lot of like my past that I was still holding on to, and we released that. So my auntie came through, and it was very much like, you know, we were asking her, how do I push myself forward, even though I'm scared, even though I know it's what I need to do because I'm here for something bigger. You know, and my auntie, she tells me off all the time, bless her. And she's quite funny, she's quite comical. And she's like, and she literally showed me jumping in a puddle with both feet. And it's like, I just got to do it. I've just got to take that chance and just put myself out there, because otherwise 6 months down the road, I'm still going to be here and I'm going to be even more frustrated because I didn't do it. So that's what I've done, you know. And I don't know whether or not Leslie's told you, but I've actually been downloaded an activation, which at some point I hope to be able to share with everybody, that was given to me quite randomly, nothing that I was ever expecting. I mean, you know, the whole thing of like, who am I? Wow, it's huge, you know, the implications when you realize, and even like how spirit dropped these things into you, and it's never in a linear session, chronological order. It's the whole thing, and then you have a session, and then they'll give you something to spark your memory to go back to that session months ago, and there's your bloody confirmation. Do you know what I mean? It's mind-blowing. But it's such a fascinating journey, and I just love watching everybody's journey, seeing them have these transformations and just being the person who they were always were. They just didn't know it because they were carrying the weight of people's stuff. And it's just fascinating. That's the best bit for me. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now.
I love all of that. And you know, one of the things, like the reason I do this work is I love to watch people's journeys. I love to watch people who come in, particularly to the circle, they come in and they are a bit unsure and they're not really, they're like, okay, I'm coming in and I think it's okay. And then they start to find their feet and they start to get their confidence. And as they get their confidence and they start to remember who they are, they start to then do the things that they've been really wanting to do but have been too scared to do. The likes of, I will never push anybody to do anything they don't want to do. But I will also, if I see the potential in somebody, give them a little poke every now and again and be like, you come on. Because that's ultimately, that's, as a coach, that's my job, is to kind of keep you accountable and to keep you moving in the direction you want to go in. That's what I'm here for. But I'm not gonna push anybody into doing anything they don't want to do. But sometimes the gap between where we are and where we want to be seems too big. And that's when we get this massive, like, I can't. And that's okay. What we do is we don't have to do it all in one big jump.
Yeah.
You don't
It's
climb
just one
Mount
step.
Everest by going straight to the bloody top. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You do some training first and you do a little bit and then you do a little bit and then you do a little bit. And before you know it, you look back and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually at the top of the mountain. Yeah. So it's the little tiny steps and the likes of, building confidence even to deliver sessions and things like that. Well, I'm always at the members going, does anybody want to run a session? Does anybody want to take charge tonight and run a session? And like Linda has run sessions, Natalie has run sessions. It's for the members to do that as well. So it's not just the circles. The circle is a circle. Yes, I facilitate it. Yes, I'm, in inverted commas, the leader of the circle to hold it together. But I'm not, it's not like it's just about you coming into circle and sit and listen to me witter on for however long on a Monday night. Yes, there will be sessions where maybe you've asked for training. Like, so some of the guys have asked for training about the Seikim or Seishim, whatever way you want to call it, Reiki system. So that's getting added in for a session in April because somebody's asked for it. So that in that session, I'll probably deliver training as such or deliver like information. Sometimes in our tarot sessions, we'll maybe be focusing on a specific thing. So I'll maybe deliver a bit of training. But ultimately, the circle is very much about you lot. It's about everybody who's in the circle bringing in their expertise if they want to deliver a session and help build confidence. And I'm sure Natalie and Linda will, when they're telling us their story, they can explain how it's helped build their confidence because you do it in a safe place. So you do it somewhere where you have people around you where it's safe for you to deliver that, and then that helps you build that confidence so that then whenever you do go out into the big bad world to do it, you're like, well, I've done this. And usually, if you tell your circle members, they'll come and support you too.
Yeah.
So that way you feel safe. So there's loads of different ways, but I'm really glad you're here. So thank you for taking the leap of faith, because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy to take that leap of faith, particularly, we've only essentially met this week. So
I have
it's
heard
really
good things, though. I will say that. I have heard really good things.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And I like your sense of humour as well.
Good job. Good job. Lisa, how are you? How's life been with you? If any of you don't want to talk, by the way, I'm just assuming you all are happy to talk. If you don't want to, tell me in the chat.
I've been good this week, thank you. It's
Yeah.
really interesting to hear everybody's stories, and I, for once, I've joined Going Beyond the Veil back in September, and I've had my own kind of journey, and I haven't really got too much involved in holding space for people, and haven't even started it yet. And it's all about confidence, about being able to do that for other people. Although I have committed to doing it this coming week. And I've had a few volunteers have come forward and said, yeah, you can do that for me. We can do some sessions. But I just don't know what my path is. I know there's something obviously for me, and I get excited when I'm thinking about what it could be. But I just don't know where it's going to take me. So I'm a bit kind of on a cloud at the moment because I just don't know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It'll come to you. I think something I think is really important for everybody is that we, particularly in the spiritual world, there's so many opportunities and there's so many brilliant different tools and different things we can do. And Natalie will attest to the fact that I will often go, Natalie, is that shiny object syndrome? Do you really need that? And she'd be like, It is shiny object syndrome, and but I do need it anyway, and she does it anyway, so it's
Yeah.
quite funny. But what I see happen quite a lot, and I've done this myself, so I am the biggest culprit, is we keep learning, we keep doing different things, right? And for me, it's very much about stepping into the space of allowing yourself to integrate the thing, one thing maybe at a time, or even a couple of things at a time, but integrating them and sitting with them and seeing how they feel energetically and allowing yourself to move through it and nearly surrendering to the possibility of leaving space for the magic rather than being on all the time, because it's then that that's when you get the downloads, that's when you get the information that you need whenever you just allow yourself to relax into it rather than being on. And sometimes we all try too hard to get the answers and we try and figure it out. And we're like, I need to work this out. I need to know what's happening next. I need to know what my path is. I need to know what steps I'm taking because only then can I do it. And it's like, what about maybe just surrendering to the unknown and sitting in that void for a little minute and seeing? And that void can be scary because it's like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And the human being in us is like, this is terrifying. It's like, no, it's actually kind of exciting because it's the potential. It's in that moment of that like field of infinite possibility of I wonder, the curiosity and the playfulness. I wonder what I get to do. I wonder what is the thing, because ultimately you do know what it is you want. It's just buried in there somewhere, maybe you've forgotten. So I usually go, the first thing I'd say is what lights you up? What is the thing that you love to do? And you might need to sit with that for a little bit and go, what do I really love to do? What does light me up? But we start there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah. I think I'm just too hard on myself sometimes and just put too high of an expectation on trying to be the same as everybody else to get where everybody else is, and to have, you know, everybody seems to have their own little niche thing, and I'm like, I haven't got that yet. I haven't got a clue. So I think I just need to sit back and sort of just let it come rather than having that anticipation that something's going to happen when, you know, you can sit and meditate and, you know, sometimes that's all you just need to do. You don't need to be expecting anything. You just sit. Yeah.
You just allow it to come. You know, trust, as Wendy said in the chat there, trust that spirit will guide. But as well as that, trust that, you know, this week in this particular event, we took back our power, we took back our sovereignty, and we took back the fact that we know the answers in here. And that we don't need to look outside of ourselves. We also certainly don't need to compare ourselves to other people. Comparisonitis is a no-no, okay? Because we all do it. We all look at other people and go, God, they're so good. Wish I could be like that. We all do it, right? And you're like, hold on a wee minute. It's like, I always say this in the group, so the girls will probably laugh and go, yeah, she says this all the time. It's like comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 50. What's the point? They're on different page. Doesn't mean they're any better or worse. Just means it's not a they're up here and you're here. They're just further along the path. Do you know what I mean? And everybody's path's different as well. Everybody's got their own path to walk. So just because, you know, let's use the going beyond the veil stuff. I haven't done going beyond the veil, okay? I will never probably do it because it's not on my path. It's not to say I don't think it's brilliant. And I've watched how much it's let Natalie blossom, and I know that a lot of you guys are in that, and that's fabulous, and I love it. It's not my path, and that's okay. If I was to compare myself to people on that path, then it would take me off mine. Does that make sense? It would pull me. It would pull me onto that path, and I would go down that off onto a tangent where I know where my path's a completely different direction.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that my path's better or worse. It's just my path. And it's the same. So I think when we start to compare ourselves to other people, we sometimes get sucked onto their path. We sometimes get pulled into different directions that aren't maybe for us. And it's only when it takes real bravery to go, no, I'm going to sit with me, because it's so easy to get pulled into it and to go down all the different things. I don't ever believe there's any mistakes either. I think that if you do go down one of those paths, you learn something anyway, and you'll
Yes.
end up back. You'll end
Yeah.
up back where you're supposed to be with different knowledge. So there's no mistakes. But sometimes when we try really hard to figure it out, it's like standing in water. Have you ever been in, like, standing in the water, and you've maybe, like, you've had something around your wrist or something, you've dropped it in the water, and you go to try and grab it, and as you grab it, it pushes it further and further away, and you're like, you need to stand still and let it start to come back to you on the wave, and then it's like, I'll lift that nice and gently. That's what kind of finding your purpose is like.
Mhm.
You know, you've got to let it come to you rather than continually pushing for it.
Yeah.
So you're in exactly the right place.
Mm.
You know, and Linda says the same about Reiki. You know, she loves coming to the Reiki circles, but she's not Reiki attuned, nor has she any desire to be Reiki attuned, and that's cool. That is so good. So that's on her. That's for her. But Linda has a whole wealth of different healing ability and natural healing and herbalism and witchcraft and all that gorgeousness that she goes down. So it's her path. If Linda was to then go, oh my God, I have to do the holy fire, and I have to be attuned because Debbie doesn't shut up about this holy fire thing, and then I'm going to have to do Going Beyond the Veil, because, like, Natalie's always talking about how guides are coming in, she's doing a Going Beyond the Veil session, and oh my God, and then poor Linda would get no time to do any of her own stuff, you know. So I'm very much of the opinion, please stick your stake in the ground and go, this is who I am right now. I have no idea where I'm going to go, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. Okay. So
Thank
good.
you.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see you all here. Lynn, who have you got with you, you little furry face? Is that Poppy?
Hey, this is Poppy. So she would
Oh.
ordinarily be sleeping, but because I'm on a Zoom call, just
No,
got
she
FOMO.
comes to say hi.
Yeah. So
She
once I've
comes to
stopped
say
talking
hi.
and maybe she doesn't hear your voices as much, she'll just think, okay, we'll go back. But if there's a conversation being had, she has to be a part of it.
No, absolutely, absolutely. It's so cool, but it's so funny. I wish Karen was here. Actually, I don't think Karen. Somebody tag Karen Adair and tell her that Poppy's on the tag her in the Facebook group there, Natalie or Linda, and let her know that Poppy's on the call. A wee puppy dog has come to say hi, and Karen's not here. Um, Karen is one of our animal experts. And I'll tell you who else is on the call who's an animal expert. Anne Hall in the corner there is an
Oh,
animal
brilliant.
communicator. So that's probably why Poppy's here. She's like, there's somebody who can talk to me.
That's true. Maybe she's getting messages.
She's like, somebody can talk to me. Hi,
Yeah.
talk to me, talk to me. Oh, she's adorable.
Yes, I know. But if you keep doing that, then I can't talk. This is what she wants to do. She just wants to interrupt it, so I'm giving her the attention and
I
not
know.
you.
You say
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe
That's
Anne can
okay.
give me some advice.
Hey, Poppy.
Let's see.
Hey, Poppy. What are you doing? What are you doing to your mama? What are you
Yeah,
doing to
she's
your mama?
totally my dog, not so much everyone else in the house. If I'm
Yeah,
not here, she knows they'll look after her, but
yeah,
she's definitely
yeah. But
mine. Yeah,
yeah, you're her human.
yeah. I'm her
So,
person.
how's your week been?
Really good. Today's fabulous because our clocks went back last night.
Yeah,
So all that extra sunshine has
went forward,
just lifted the spirit and actually went
Mhm.
forward. Yeah.
forward.
So a little less sleep, but waking up just knowing that the days are going to be longer is a huge mind shift in itself.
Yeah.
But no, this week's been good because, as you know, I've done these sessions with you before, and I've
Uh-huh.
always wanted to jump in. I've just never felt ready, never had the means, still don't have the means, but because I feel so much more ready, I'll
Yeah,
just work that out somehow.
yeah.
I'm going to think that's a future problem. Like I can't
It's a
completely push it
future Lynn
aside,
problem.
but I'll deal with that. So yeah, I'm just excited. I've really, if I'm looking at it like a blank slate, I don't really know why I'm here. I know I'm lost.
Okay.
And I was before Sharon, my sister, for everyone that doesn't know, passed very, very suddenly 2 years ago. And she was back in home in Northern Ireland with my other family, like basically just my parents. So that came out of the blue and has knocked us all for six. And of course, I'm in Canada. But I was lost before that. I'm really, truly at the bottom of a hole now, just trying to see sunlight and trying to get out. But I don't know what it is that I'm looking for, but I just know I'm going to find it. And I'm open to sort of everything because I don't want to go in. I normally like to go in being in charge, knowing what I'm doing, having a plan. And I've just sort of relinquished all of that and said, no, I just need to, whether it's following intuition or just, as you say, just trying a bit of everything and being open to it. Doesn't mean that I won't be scared and I won't need those pokes, but I'm just trying to go in with a really, really open mind because I feel like I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Just don't really know why.
Yeah. I think it's perfect for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm excited that you're here. And I know that you've been circling the circle for
I've been
quite some
stalking you.
time. It's been like and it's like, just come and do it. And it's like,
Yeah.
So finally you've trusted yourself, and it's that self-trust bit, because it's frightening
Mm-hmm. But
whenever.
once I told you that's it, I'm doing it, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, when you have like a really big worry, but you're not really aware how much it's weighing you down, and then you make that decision and then you feel so light. I had that kind of, okay, I've done it. So I knew
Yeah.
that I wanted to, and it was
Yeah.
taking too long. And with every year that went past, I was just wasting another year finally getting myself back on track. And it just felt really good making that decision.
Good.
So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited for all of you,
Mm-hmm.
because every single person on this call, whether in circle or not, will have massive shifts, even as a result of the work we've done this week.
Yeah.
But taking it forward in the circle is where you're going to have that extra support for that. And it's going to be just fascinating. It's actually really nice that you guys that have joined are all on the call tonight, because it'll be it's almost like you've come in as a little cohort. So you tend to find that when you join together, you kind of all, it's not that you stick together as such, but you know each other. So at least you now know somebody else. So when you come onto a call, you'd be like, oh, I recognize a face.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
I
not
started,
just my face.
I think I might have mentioned to you, I've been going to an MBSR group for chronic
Yeah.
pain for about probably, I don't know, 9, 10 years, I can't remember. And I was really reluctant to do it in the first because I like to be the listener and the helper and the problem solver. So I take everyone else's problems on and don't really speak about mine. So I was very reluctant to go into that group. But when I went into it, I realized you don't have to talk up if you don't want to. You just know I very quickly learned you're in a safe space with other people, whether you know what they're going through or not, or whether you don't. Everyone's there for something. And that feeling of love and support, I have loved it. And I haven't, from something that I thought, I'm just going to go and appease my doctors and do the minimum requirements.
Yeah.
I can't be without it now. Like, I absolutely love it. And I wish they did it more often. So I know it's going to be the same sort of thing here, although we'll know each other more, we'll know each other's stories. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really, really, really looking forward to that community
I love
and
that.
helping each other.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So
I
thank
love
you
it.
for
You're so welcome.
keeping your
You're
little
so
eagle
welcome.
eye.
You're so welcome. I'm just checking the Facebook chat. Kira, who's watching on Facebook, says her cat is hounding her as well. So it's not just Poppy. So yeah.
Well, Poppy said her hellos, and now she's like, okay, I'm going to see. She's asking to get out, so I'll just pop up and let her out. She'll probably
It's
want
all
back
right.
in again, but
No
yeah.
worries, no worries. Natalie, I'm going to come to you. Do you want to share a little bit about your circle journeys and any thoughts you've had from this week?
Yeah, I just want to actually take a moment to appreciate everyone that's here tonight and everyone that has come forward. You're on camera, you're speaking in front of everybody, you're like really taking that courage and that leap. And yeah, it's just incredible. And there's something definitely so special about women coming together, isn't there? And so empowering about it. And with yesterday being International Women's Day, I know I always get really emotional every year when it comes to International Women's Day. And, there is just something about the power that women create and like exude when they all come together and we all talk our own truth and we're all so raw. I love it. So I just thought I had to say that first of all. But yeah, no, this week has been good, and I definitely feel shifts in myself as well. Like, even though Debbie has been so busy with the whole group, that, you know, the launch this week and answering everybody's queries and everything individually, I've been trying to help out a bit here and there, but I know, like, Debbie, you're obviously getting the most of it. And
You've
even
done
with
loads. Thank you
that,
so much.
yeah, but even with that, you know, I've been coming to you with my queries and things going on with me, and like, you're always there, you're always willing to help. Having someone like you that's such a grounded mentor is so, so important in this space, you know, because especially with someone like me, I would say that, you know, if I could, I'd be off up in the clouds, up in space all the time if I could. But we've got to remember that we have to be here and live in this 3D world and like deal with life and stuff that, you know, all the dense stuff here that we have to deal with, you know.
I
So
will be your grounding cord.
yeah, like just having someone to like say
Pull this
sometimes,
girl down
come
from the
on,
clouds.
come back down to earth for just a moment and zoom out and really think about what this situation or whatever it might be. Just having someone there that really, you know, can give you that guidance, that always has that hand there to help you out and to hold your hand with whatever you're going through. Like, it is such a valuable thing to have in your life. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's lots of other things you can get from the circle and from the other women in the circle. You know, we will always be there for each other. And Monday night lives, like, I just love coming to them because it does start your week off with high energy, and you know, it's a really nice thing to be a part of. So yeah, my journey in the circle, I suppose, I was, when I joined just under 2 years ago, I was quite new to my spiritual journey. I had been going to like angel and spiritual development classes for a few years before that, but I wasn't really getting anywhere. I was kind of stuck, you know, on the same sort of level, and not really going anywhere. Yes, I was meditating, but wasn't really doing like a regular practice or anything like that. So when I joined Debbie's membership, I just knew it was the right time to do that. And yeah, I dived right in, got stuck into everything. And Debbie's so good at holding space and creates this real magical space. You know, it's not just the healing that you get from it, but with the journeys and the meditations and everything that you do with us in the circle, there's definite magic that comes from that. And I've always called Debbie my Queen of Scrolls. And I saw today that you've got that
Off the deck.
tarot deck that I
I
love.
was in the confessional channel today, folks. I
Yeah.
bought a new deck of cards.
So the Queen of Scrolls card is in there. And I remember one night in circle, I pulled the Queen of Scrolls and I was like, oh my God, it's you. That's like my representation of Debbie, because you're kind of the person that brings people to me and brings things to me that I need to help me on my journey and on my path. There has been so many times where that has happened and things just fallen right into place. Spirit guides included, you know, all of that. So yeah, it's been a pretty incredible journey. And then you're always, you know, supportive. So the support that you get is just incredible, because, you know, the fact that you allow your members to, you know, really take part in things, or like lead a night or whatever, it does really help with your confidence, you know.
But it is, but it's your circle. It's your circle, folks, at the end of the day. It's not my circle. It's our circle. It's our circle. Okay? That's why. And
Yeah.
I love it when you guys lead sessions. So good. It takes the pressure off me too, than having to be to have, you know, to come up with something every single week that's brand spanking new for you. It's like, well, what do you want to do? So it's about you guys bringing stuff in too. So that's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely fun. And the other thing is that, you know, it's the fact that nobody in the circle judges you. And that's something that I would always have been worried about. And it's still a fear that I would have, you know, judgment, definite fear of judgment. And so many of us, I think, have that. And especially in this space, you know. But when my gifts started to come out, like they are the most woo-woo gifts you can ever think of, you know, channeling stuff and, you know, all sorts of things and light language and all that. But
And for the
nobody
people who
judged
don't,
me.
for the
Nobody
people who
judged me.
don't know Natalie in her day job is a solicitor. She's a lawyer. So this is what makes it even more completely like, you know, because in the day job, she's in this, you know, everything's very black and white. You know, it's the law and she's got to do the thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
in the sit.
she gets
I'm
into the
like
circle and she's like,
rigid
away.
rules. Everything is rules, regulations, you know. It is complete chalk and cheese, you know, my daytime reality to my nighttime and weekends and the spiritual work that I do.
Lawyer by day, galactic angel by night.
Yeah, like you couldn't write it, like you just couldn't.
It's not a coincidence, actually, or maybe it is, but Linda was also a lawyer. Now she's a witch. I promise I don't just make you all bend your day jobs and become woo-woos. Okay, I promise. It's not my fault.
Well, guys, if you join the circle, you know, you get lots of perks. There you go. You've got 2 lawyers in the circle.
Yeah, if you need some legal advice, you know where to go. If she can drag herself away from channeling her light language. And Natalie also has a beautiful singing voice. So when you come into the circle, those of you who've joined, go and check out some of the hub resources, and you'll find Natalie's session. And I believe there was a little bit of singing involved.
Yeah, although I think Spirit were definitely playing with me that night because it didn't come
Because the
very
sound
well in
quality went
recording.
funny. That's right. The sound quality went. There's another time we'll have to do it again. But you're doing a session at the end of this month because
Yeah.
I'm away. So at
Mhm.
the end of this month, I have to go away on business, and Natalie's going to do a channeling session where she's going to actually channel from her guides. So that will be very much a ask your questions, and her guides will answer them for you. And that's going to be fun. I'm so sad that I'm going to miss that. I have to catch that in the replay, but I'll be away. But yeah,
Yeah, that was interesting.
so good, so good. Anything else you want to add, Natalie?
No, I just think that, you know, it's important to put that out there that definitely it is a safe space. And that's been mentioned a few times tonight by the ladies. It is important for women, you know, that we feel supported in that way and that we do feel safe and we feel safe around the others that we're with and that we're not being judged. And certainly we're a completely open circle, you know, so no one should be afraid to bring anything forward. You know, so yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for everything that you have done this week as in your role as ambassador. So it's been very much appreciated. So thank you. And last but by no means least, our lovely Linda, one of our other ambassadors. Linda, would you like to have a wee share? Tell us how your week has been. And I would like to thank you as well for everything you've done this week for everybody. So
no worries, no. Week, it's as always, there's always like a million things going on, isn't there? But I can only sort of add to what Natalie said, or just say all the things that she said. You know, for me, it was a few years ago, wasn't it, Debbie? I think it would have been around, was it 2020? I think it must be around then. And you know, as Debbie said before, I was I was a lawyer for all my professional life, but I'd always been into all the witchy stuff from when I was about 16. So it is a proper lifelong journey. Well, even before then, really, when I was a kid, I think, you know, not in line with me upbringing, certainly. But it was just something that always was there. And it was like a couple of you were saying, oh, I don't really know what my path is or where I want to go, but you know there's something more, there's something that you sort of yearn for that maybe isn't there, or you get glimpses of it, or you touch on it sometimes in your day to day, but you think, oh, or you could just see a picture or a painting, or go to a castle, or walk through a wood, or anything, and it just triggers you to go, oh, this feels me. This, I just feel at home with this environment, or with this image, or with this book, or whatever it happens to be. And I think, as you know, Debbie said, it's allowing yourself. And I love what Debbie, something that I always think of is one thing Debbie said to me, is give yourself permission. From the very first time when we started doing the cards, and before we start on our cards, our group, when we were learning tarot years ago, it was just on the Monday, give yourself permission to be here. Because for me, certainly, as you know, a mom, my husband works shifts, kids, dogs, parents, all this is a horrendously stressful, horrible job. We don't even talk about that. It's like that Monday night, those couple of hours on a Monday night, that was such a special place. It was completely and utterly my time. And that, not like sounding selfish, that was my time. And stepping into the circle with, you know, the like-minded folk, even when we were just doing the tarot reading and whatever back then, and then obviously things progressed. Do you know, it was so nice to just be in a place where you could just talk about stuff that set you alight. And then as we sort of moved on from that, and we're doing different things within the circle, Debbie's circle, do you know what I loved? Nothing's too woo-woo. There's like, you know, you have your radar for things, your woo-dar just was infinite. It just, you know, whatever anyone wants to talk about on a spiritual thing, and lots of it was never like, it was, oh, what's that then? You know, so I love that side of things, that, you know, nothing's too woo, is it? Let's be honest.
No.
And no one's going to go, what are they talking about? So everyone just embraces that, and that is the safe place that Debbie's created and provided. And the members, everyone's respectful of each other. And, you know, we've got like on this Telegram group a part where if you are having a really rough day, or you're up the wall, or something's going on that isn't related to but you just need to vent. And what I've noticed in that is, it's like imagine someone's fallen, everyone just goes like that, puts their arms out to catch them. And it's not that your own family or your partners or whatever wouldn't do that. It's just they're living that drama as well. So they maybe feel that they've got their own needs, whereas coming into on Monday or any day of the week, any time of night. So I'm like a bit of a night owl, so I might be looking at the chat at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you can be there for each other. So it is a lovely, lovely group of people who I would class as friends. And like we've met up, haven't we, Debbie?
Yeah.
And gone on little shopping sprees.
Yeah, so Linda came to it was actually, did you say it was in Facebook Memories? It was actually last year, that we were that we met in person for the first time. So Linda's been in my world since about sort of 2020, as you say, but we had never met in person. And she came over. I was at a business event in Newcastle in England, and Linda came to the city. She came up as well, and we spent the day. And it was so nice to actually meet her in person. She's really tall. I hadn't realised because I'm small, and it was so funny because it was like, you know, Linda and me, but the two of us walking into like the Geordie Witch shop together and buying cards and crystals. And there was a photograph of us. I actually I shared it with Linda the other day. I was like, look at this photo. Let me see if I can find it, because it's just our cheeky faces after being
After spending.
we'd just been spending money. So I had sent it to her, and it was like our cheeky wee faces after we had just come out of the Geordie Witch together, which is a witchy shop in Newcastle upon Tyne. It's a brilliant shop. You can buy it online as well, which is even better. It's so good. But yeah,
No, it's
there you go, Lynn. 3 a.m. for Lynn, works in Canada, so there you go.
I
Linda.
noticed that. 3 a.m. buddy already set so I'm happy. But no, and I'm blessed. I've got loads of lovely friends, and they're all supportive of what I'm doing. But it was definitely coming into the group that again, it's not that you're asking other people's permission, but it was from somebody else sort of seeing abilities or otherwise in you and saying, you know, yeah, you should do this. You give yourself permission to follow your dream, make that change. And it was a massive change for me, really. Yeah, sort of precipitated by a really big health event as well, but it was on the cards that I was going. Didn't want to do that career anymore. But it was Debbie, because I hadn't even had a social media account until 2 years ago, nothing. And it was that day I said to Debbie, oh, you know, I had a one-to-one, and she was like, right, you're getting on Facebook. And I was there, so it'll just be a private account then, it'll just be. And she was like, no, it's public. And I was like, oh my God. And you think the whale's going to fall in, because you think not that you're that important, everyone's going to notice, but you think you're going to be so utterly visible. Oh, it was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And but we did it because she was like, no, you can do this. And the whale didn't fall in. And when I've had wobbles, Debbie's gone, you know, come on, you can do this. You're doing what you want to do. It's what, just the support. Because I'm not techie either, am I? So
no, but that's
I can't.
okay.
I can't be bloody bothered with it. I just
what?
want to delegate all that.
Do you know what? This is the thing, right? And this is what I want everybody to remember. We can't all be good at everything. So there's certain things you're good at, and there's things you pay people to do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tech is one of those things that if you can, you offload it to someone else who's really good at it and let them do it. I just happen to have an IT background, so it doesn't frighten me. And there's Anne, like I work in IT and I'm not techie, she says. But I mean, this is the thing, there's so many versions of IT. You can work in all these different things. I was an IT manager for years and a systems developer for years. I wrote code. Like it's good crack. It's not what I wanted to do. It sucked the soul out of my very body on a daily basis. Do you know what I mean? So whenever, like, I'm not the most techie person, but it doesn't frighten me. And my only bugbear is whenever people go, oh, I'm tech, I can't do it. Like, and I've told Natalie off on numerous occasions for going, it says tech, I can't do the tech. And I'm like, can you operate your smartphone? Then you can join a Zoom call. Do you know? It's as simple as that, right? So it's just, yeah. Standard reply to clients. Have you tried turning it off? Well, that is the standard IT answer. And if that doesn't work, the next response is, have you turned it off, unplugged it, waited 10 minutes, and then tried it again? Because that gives you 10 minutes to go and figure out what's wrong with it while you Google the answer. That was my favorite. That's the secrets of an IT department right there.
I'll try a bit more now, because it frustrates the life out of me, and I don't want it to beat me, because that's another thing. I'm a bit, but no, going back to the circle, Monday nights, it's special, and from there I've progressed on to work with Debbie as my business mentor as well, which is invaluable, and I'm still working with Debbie, and I will. You're not getting rid of me. That's all I'm saying. I'm still carrying on. But it's like, all I can say is I think Monday nights, and I'll stop waffling now. Monday nights to me is like when either you come in and you've had shoes on that are killing your feet all day, and you kick them off and you go, oh, I'm with me people, and that's it. Or you take your bra off. It's that moment on Monday night you just sort of go, that's it.
Now, Linda, you're going to
I'm
give
with
them a
me
whole
people,
different,
and I can just chill.
give them a whole
Sorry.
different view on what the circles. You don't have to take your bra off to be in
No,
the
you
circles.
don't.
You can if you
It's
want.
that feeling.
Karen, who I think was hoping to be here but clearly can't make it tonight. She always, I love Karen, always shows up, and she's always cuddled up in bed, all covered up, and she's got all her animals that she looks after, or her own animals dependent, wrapped around her, and it's just so gorgeous, and I love it. So yeah, it's it should now be a mandatory rule. Right, okay, it's 7 o'clock, it's Monday night, bras off.
Just keep your screen up there. Sorry, I've
Yeah.
lowered the tone.
Oh well, sure, Linda. This is what they need to come to expect anyway on a Monday night in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Lynn says mine may or may not be on now. Well, who knows? Because we can't see. This is the joy of a Zoom call. It's so good. Joe, I have loved this week. This week has been so much fun. I revamped this entire 5-day event. I took little bits from other events and then remolded them. And I think the energy this week has been next level. And that comes down to every single one of you. Because all you guys here on the Zoom, everybody watching live on Facebook, those catching the replay, it's been everybody who has taken part this week has brought beautiful energy into the space. So you should all be absolutely bloody proud of yourselves for everything that you've done. The fact that you have taken the time out of your life and out of your busy week to come and watch me on a Facebook Live, to come and interact, to do challenges, to do meditations, to take that time out for yourself has been nothing short of beautiful. So thank you for doing that this week, because none of this would be possible without any of you. Okay, none of it. So you should all be amazing. It's going to be strange. I always, at the end of a 5-day event, which isn't really a 5-day event because it runs much longer than that, but at the end of this week long thing, I always sort of go, oh, it's like, I'm like, you should be doing something, I'm missing something. But as I say, there is going to be another little freebie coming up for anybody who wants it. So keep an eye on your email. I am going to take us through a little bit of I thought, let's just end on a nice high. Let's do a little bit of a guided activation. I thought, what better way to end this week than to maybe go and have a little journey to figure out what your soul mission is, if you don't already know. And even if you do know, who knows what else you might be given. Natalie, don't buy any more programs. Just stay doing what you're doing, right? Now I don't care what they give you. Don't care what they give you, okay? Here's an anchor, hold on to it. Ground that energy. So are you all happy to do that? You all happy to do that? Good stuff. Now it's up to you. You can leave cameras on, cameras off, whatever you want while we're meditating. It's entirely your call. I don't channel music or play music through the Zoom calls because just the tech nightmare of the tinny sound. So you are more than welcome to pop your own music on in the background if you want, or just, it's not going to be very long. It's just going to be maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So get yourselves comfy, pop a blanket over you if you're cold or whatever you need, and just make sure that you'll maybe not be disturbed for the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. For anybody watching on Facebook, obviously only do this if you are not currently working, driving, operating machinery, whatever. So once everybody is ready, just give yourself a moment, maybe just adjust your body, and when you feel ready, you can just close your eyes. So just allowing yourself to Settle into your space and just begin to notice your breath. Notice how it feels to breathe all the way in and all the way out. In your own time and at your own pace. Just taking a deep breath in and holding it for just a moment. And then slowly exhale so that you're breathing out for slightly longer than you breathe in. And just do that a couple more times at your own pace, breathing in deeply and then releasing. Just feel your body settle into this moment, into this sacred space, and allow yourself to arrive home inside yourself. Just giving yourself full permission to be totally present. Dropping into your body, into your energy, into your heart. This is your time. This is your space. This is your truth. With each breath that you take, you feel yourself becoming lighter and more expansive. As if you are opening up to a deeper knowing within you. Part of you that has always been here, guiding you, waiting for you to remember. Just knowing that you are safe, you are protected. Just noticing the surface that you sit on as you grind into this energy, but also becoming aware of your deep, soulful I am presence. That inner part of you that has guided you every step of the way. Now, in whatever way you are able to do this, imagine yourself, feel, sense, see, hear, know. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast landscape. Before you, the road stretches ahead, shimmering with golden light. This is the path of your soul, the path you came here to walk, the path that has always been waiting for you. You take a step forward, and as you do so, the air around you begins to shift. You feel an energy awakening deep within your bones, within your heart, within your soul. You are being called forward. And as you walk, you see, sense, feel a figure ahead of you, your highest self, the most radiant, untamed, sovereign version of you, the one who already knows, the one who has walked this path with confidence and power and deep purpose. Feel their energy. Notice how they stand, how they move, how they carry themselves. This is you. The you that is already whole. The you that has always been waiting for you to remember who you are. Your highest self turns towards you now, locking eyes with you. In their gaze, there is no doubt, no hesitation, only unwavering certainty that you are ready. You have always been ready. They reach out their hand, and as you take it, you feel a surge of energy rush through you, a remembering, a knowing, an activation of the deepest truth that you hold. Your highest self hands you something now, a blueprint, a scroll, a glowing orb of light, whatever form it takes for you, trust it. This holds your next steps, your mission, your truth. This is your soul's unique calling. You can hold it in your hands, let its energy seep into your very being. You do not need to figure it out. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to analyze it. Whether consciously aware or not, you already know. The codes of your mission are activating within you, unlocking the next level of your power, your purpose, and your path. Breathe it in. Feel it settle into your bones, your heart, your soul. You are the mission. You are the path. You are the untamed force of transformation this world needs. As you stand here with your highest self, fully anchored in this knowing, you can take a deep breath in and repeat these words either out loud or in your mind. I am ready. I choose to walk my path with unwavering trust. I reclaim my power. I own my truth. I am the catalyst. I am the fire. I am that I am. I am the untamed force of change. And so it is. Just feel these words settle into your being. Feel the truth of them vibrating through your cells, through your energy field, through your entire existence. This is who you are. This is what you came here to do. And just take a moment to thank your highest self, knowing that this connection is always available to you. This is you. You can connect anytime by leaning into your I am presence and checking in. The path is unfolding. The next steps will reveal themselves as you move forward in trust. Allow yourself to surrender to this as you take a deep breath in And as you exhale, just feel yourself fully integrating this activation. The codes have been received. Your blueprint has been unlocked. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you are ready. Just take a lovely deep breath in. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to slowly bring your awareness back into the room that you sit in. With each breath, you may feel that you want to move your body and roll your shoulders, perhaps wiggle your fingers, toes, have a stretch. Just allowing yourself to ground yourself back into this present moment here, now. Anchored, activated, untamed. Just welcome back. If you need to write anything down, if you want to have a little drink, water, whatever, just give yourself a minute to come back. Just welcome back. How are we feeling?
Debbie,
Yeah.
would it be possible when you started there with I am ready?
Yeah.
The second I have I am ready and I walk my path, but I think I missed the one before and after I
Says
walk my path.
I am ready. I choose to walk my path with unwavering trust.
Okay.
I reclaim my power.
With unwavering trust. Okay. Sorry, I reclaim my power.
Yeah.
And then does that go into I am the catalyst?
No, I own my truth.
Oh, I own my truth. Okay. Thank
And
you.
then I am the catalyst. I am the fire. I am the untamed force of change.
Perfect. Thank you
And
so
so
much.
it is. That's okay. How you feeling? How's everybody feeling? Is that okay? Feel free if you want to share. You don't have to share if you don't want to, but if you want to share, you can do. If you have any questions about your experience or anything that came up for you, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself. Linda says, what an incredible week. All the amazing daily tasks and practices, so empowering. The energy raised this week. There's been a lot of energy shifted this week. I think it's no coincidence that it happened during eclipse season as well. We're gearing up for the first eclipse of the season next week. This is a time, speedier manifestation, shift in energy, letting old stuff go. It's really good. So exciting. How are you feeling, Lynn?
Good. I still I get so frustrated with myself in meditations because I still constantly go off in that little tangent and then I'll come back and I know I've missed a bit.
That's
So
okay.
I know the beauty here is I'll be able to go back and replay and everything, but I've been doing it for so long. I think I should be able to hold that concentration right now, but it
It's
always
okay.
happens to me.
It happens to me too, right? It happens to me all the time. And I've been meditating for years,
Yeah.
right? So it's perfectly normal for a start. So stop beating yourself up, okay? Second thing is I was actually shown, I had a conversation with my guides. I lovingly joke that it was actually felt like a conversation with God because it was the most profound experience that I've had for a long time. And it was after an Akashic Records attunement a couple of weeks ago. I'm in training at the minute to be an Akashic Records guide. And the experience that I had, because I do that, I go off and I miss bits because I drift off and I have moments of absolute clarity when I've drifted off, but then I can't remember what they were when I come back. Does that sound familiar? It's like
Yeah.
you go off somewhere and you're like, I am so there, and then you bring it back and you're like, what now? What just happened? So I was like, what is that? And I was shown that at that point, every time that happens, that I'm touching the field of infinite possibility. That essentially I'm having like that, touching the quantum field itself,
Okay.
where anything is possible. And I was shown then very vividly what that looked like and how everybody everybody's thoughts and words and beliefs and intentions and energies all created this lovely tapestry that then contributed to our space-time continuum here in the 3D world, but how there was all these different dimensions. It was mad. Like I woke up going, what did I smoke before bed? Because like that was bizarre. And it was like proper nuts. Because I don't normally remember. Like I will have these really profound experiences and then immediately forget them when I come back, and it drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely insane. And then sometimes I'll really remember them on others, but this I remembered, and I remembered every little detail, and I wrote it all down. I was like, it's like this morning I had a really profound experience last night too. And I woke this morning and I was like furiously scribbling in my notebook this morning before I forgot. So don't beat yourself up about that. It's totally normal. And I personally now believe that that's what's happening. The other thing that happens sometimes in these experiences is we drift off into maybe sleepiness. And that's also okay, because what's happening there is you're in that lovely zone, and then the healing comes in and goes underneath your conscious awareness and does what it needs to do down here without your rational brain getting in the way. So I was told
okay.
as well that sometimes I get turned off to go to sleep because my Capricorn brain wants to know everything that's happening and why and how and what's going on and what's happening next, and then what are you doing then? And I'm also 15 steps ahead sometimes in a meditation, because I think as I get older my brain gets spicier, and I'm like, well, I can see where this is going, so like I'm 15 steps ahead and I'm already down. Don't tell me to go down the path, because I've already been down the path through the forest and round the corner. I don't want to wait for you.
Yeah.
If somebody's guiding it, do you know what I mean? So these are things that just happen. So everybody's experience is different. Everybody has their own unique way. And it's not always the words that come out my mouth are simply a guide. For example, when I'm leading holy fire healing experiences, right? Or placements for my students, quite often the holy fire will already be in and taking them away to do what needs to be done before I've even said, follow the light.
Mm-hmm.
And the holy fire's like, yo, what's up, bitch? I'm away. And it's gone. It's taken them. It's like lifted the people and taken them away to do what needs to be done. And I'm sitting there as the Reiki master going, see you later. I'll just wait here. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So it's very different every time. Does that make sense? Does that
It
take
does.
the pressure off you a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. You said when I was saying the words, I was holding my arms out, palms facing up, and then my palms were flames. Nice. Have you done your holy fire? Yeah, it's your holy fire, Ricky. Flying there. When you met your highest self, you could hear this humming like when you hear the aurora borealis, like electric hum. Pretty special. Yeah, that's cool. I love it. I love it. Anybody else? Natalie?
Yeah, I was being handed a piece of paper with a geometric pattern on it, and so I had to look it up there, and it was Metatron's cube.
Yeah,
I was
of course.
thinking, yeah.
That doesn't surprise me, because you've been having some conversations with Metatron lately, so it doesn't surprise me that his cube comes along.
Yeah.
Actually, just funky. I have my water sitting on a wee.
Ooh, there you go. Yep.
It's quite funky. I love it. Anything else come up for you?
Well, yeah, sure again. And every time I see him now, he's got his hands out, and he's got this, this golden energy coming out of the palms of his hands. Sometimes it's like a sundial if we're doing timeline stuff. So yeah, it's pretty magical. Mm.
Good job. Good job. Does anybody else want to share? Anybody on Facebook as well, folks, feel free. I have the comments up if you want.
I'll share. It wasn't anything that exciting. Well, some people might not think it's exciting. I just feel like they've unlocked like the next bits of the code that's going to come into my kind of activation and where I'm working within the brain. I could feel like bits happening in my brain. So I just feel it's like the next bit of information because I've been on some deep dives trying to learn some more stuff. But I don't know whether or not somebody else has actually had the activation in the group, because I could feel it around under my eye, which is one of the places where I'll feel it, and sometimes it just kind of happens, people get activated just by either me talking on a group or not even necessarily doing anything. It can just kind of naturally happen. So I'm not quite sure whether or not somebody has been activated, but I've definitely felt it. I could feel stuff in my brain as well coming down, but it's just fascinating. And I was always like ahead of you in the meditation when you said like the landscape. I was at like the edge of the ocean, and then when you said about the path, all of a sudden this or road or whatever, it just literally went straight across the ocean.
Yeah.
And I was on there, and then she was there, and she had her hands out, I had mine out, and my hands went red hot, as sometimes happens. And it's like she also put a hand on my heart and a hand, hang on, no, the right side of my head. That's why when it all started in my brain. So that's why I feel like it's kind of the next bit,
Nice.
getting ready for that activation, which will tie into what happened in the session this morning with the book.
Nice.
In this, because I went in the sanctuary, which was really bizarre. That's the first time that's happened. So I definitely feel like it's the next part.
Good. Make sure you grind your energy very well, everybody as well. It's important. Everything we've done this week has been massively shifting and moving in your energy. So it's really, really important that we ground this and that we take time to drink loads of water and really like allow ourselves to integrate the shifts before we move on to the next bit. Because every time we get like a download or an activation or something comes in for us, it's really vitally important that we don't just immediately go to the next thing, that we hold it, we anchor it, and then what that does is it allows our physical body and our earthly form to expand that little bit more, to hold that little bit more energy. And if we bypass this step of integrating and holding the energy, then that's when it all goes a bit tits up and it doesn't work and things go a bit wrong and you feel exhausted or you feel burned out or you feel like, oh my God, I'm so drained, whatever. So it's really important that we do the spiritual work and then we do normal stuff for a little while. We integrate it and we allow ourselves to hold the energy and we allow ourselves to expand rather than trying to like do it all at once. This is for everybody. It's just something that keeps dropping in. It drops in repeatedly for me lately. It's been like grind it and hold. Don't run to the next thing. It's like, because the shifts are so fast and the consciousness awareness in the world is going so fast, particularly these 6 weeks with the cosmic energy that is at play, we have to actually consciously slow down a little bit more, even more than we think we need to. And when you think you've done it enough, then a little bit more again. It's a little bit like those signs. Anybody ever driven on the roads down in the south of Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland, where it says slow and then it says dead slow and then it goes even slower and it's like written on the road. Has anybody seen those? It makes me laugh every time. It's like go slow, go dead slow, and then even slower. And it's like that message is coming in massively, I think, at the minute for everybody, because we're all going to be called in the spiritual world to really stand up. And if we are not physically ready, it's going to be really hard on us. So we have to anchor this energy. It's like, I know I joke with Natalie that I am her grounding cord, but I feel like everybody's grounding cord at the minute. It's like, hold, so that we can then let that energy go. It's really important, because I'm as guilty of it as the next person for doing the next thing. Linda, you got passed a bunch of keys. Interesting. A bunch of keys. Anne was given a scroll, like a medieval scroll with a sigil on it. Love it. Yeah, only in Ireland. That's the only place you see those signs. And they're also written the wrong way. they're written. It's just written. They're written up the road instead of. It's like because they see the car coming at them, they go slow and then they go dead slow instead of it being dead. It's upside down. It's just very funny. Anna, your goddess higher self was as it had appeared earlier this week. Before you said about blueprint, she asked me to remember what she already gave you on Thursday, which was a 6-pointed star. Nice. And to hold on to it every time I would have doubts, and then placed her front against mine and could smell her perfume of lavender and rosemary. That's beautiful. 6-pointed stars, nice. Merkaba. Yeah, Natalie's got hers on. Yeah, very lovely, lovely energy. Good job. Good job. Is everybody okay? Yeah. Anybody have anything else they want to bring into the space before we close down for the night? It's all quiet. Just have a double check the Facebook chat. Anybody on Facebook, if there's anything you need, just ask. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. So go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, wherever you may be. And I will see those of you who are in the circle tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We have 7 o'clock UK time. So what's that for you now, Lynn? 3 for you in Canada? And in Valencia, is that 8 o'clock for you, Anna? Yeah. So that's tomorrow night. There is a guest expert coming into the circle tomorrow called Laura Evans, and she is going to be delivering a lovely session about grief recovery and the 14 different types of grief. So it's not just about bereavement, but it's also about identity loss. It's about all the different ways that we lose ourselves and how we can move through it. So it's going to be a really good session. And we will definitely see. This is not goodbye. We are in each other's spaces. Okay, so circle wasn't right for you just at this moment in time. That's not to say that in another few weeks something will shift and change. I have no doubt that it will. Keep in touch with me, and as I say, I'll see you anyway because we move in the similar circles anyway. So I will see you anytime, and you can just reach out into the DMs if you need anything. Okay, so please don't be a stranger. This week has been so good. Anybody who's still watching on Facebook, watching replays or whatever, who is still sitting on the fence with splinters in their bum, you've got 27 minutes before Natalie's and Linda's and my bonuses disappear. As I said, if anybody is playing catch up and only sees this, that's okay, Lisa. If you're going to miss tomorrow, it'll be on replay. Everything in the circle is recorded for replay, so that because people have lives, I don't expect you all to be at every single Monday night. Okay, that's unrealistic. The only person who has to be there every Monday night is me. And even then, sometimes I'm like, Natalie, Linda, I can't be there. Somebody do something. So there's no drama. But anybody watching replay on Facebook or catching this later and you have missed the bonuses and you're desperate to get in, ping me a message and we'll see what we can do. I'm sure Natalie and Linda might extend them a little bit longer through this week for people playing catch up. So we'll see. We'll see how we go. Alrighty. Thank you all so much. Can't believe this week's all done. We're going to do. I'll see you all in the circle, and it'll not be long till I see you in the circle too, I have no doubt. Thank you all so much for tonight. It's been lovely. I'm going to go and I've drank so much water. I'm going to run to the bathroom now, have a cup of tea and put my feet up. Welcome for that piece of information that you didn't need to know. This is what happens now. You're in my world. I shall see you all soon. Bye night, everybody. Bye.